Welcome back, guys. Thank you for tuning back in. Today we will be talking about how to grow your hair long and healthy. When I started out on my natural hair journey, my hair stayed right here for so long, and there were different things that I had to switch up in my hair routine regimen in order to get it how I want it to look. So I'm gonna share that with you guys, and I hope that it helps. Side note, I also did a wash and go on my hair. I only used Eco Styler Gel Olive Oil, so that's what I used on my hair, y'all. Okay, but let's get into the video. Okay, so one quote that I always like to tell people who want to grow their natural hair longer is to focus on the health of your hair instead of the length of it. Because when you focus on the health of it, you know, it's going to blossom, you're going to have strong strands. When your hair is healthy, it's going to grow quicker anyway, you know, and you'll be able to retain that length. But if you're only focusing on the length, it'll seem like your hair is taking forever to grow. So tip number one, you want to do a scalp massage. And doing scalp massages helps increase blood flow and loosen up any buildup that will be on the scalp. When you are doing scalp massages, it's going to help your hair to grow. I usually add oil to my fingertips. I rub it in and then I put that on my hair and I massage as well. That is one thing that I did consistently when I first started off natural, was always doing scalp massages. So step number two is you want to rinse your hair with cold water. Whenever you rinse your hair with hot or warm water, it leaves your hair strand open. And when your hair strand is still open, your hair is more prone to dry out a lot quicker. So you want to rinse your hair with cold water because it's going to close your hair strand. When your hair cuticle is closed, your hair be more moisturized and you're not gonna have to worry about your hair getting dried out so quickly. Tip number three is you want to be consistent with deep conditioning and using protein treatments. I recommend using protein treatments if you have a dry, itchy scalp. And this indicates that you need added moisture on top of the hair regimen that you're already using. Using protein in your hair treatment helps your hair strands to be stronger, longer, and a lot more healthy overall. You want to also use a protein treatment if your hair is losing elasticity in the curl, and that means that your curl will not bounce back like how it usually does. Like for instance, whenever your hair is wet, you won't really have shrinkage like how you usually do, and your curl will just be stringy and loose. And when that happens, that is an indicator that your hair needs moisture and that it needs protein. Now with deep conditioning, you really want to make sure that you stay consistent with deep conditioning your hair at least once a week. That is what I do. Whenever I have my wash days, I will, you know, either do shampoo or co-wash, and then I'll follow up with a deep condition, and I will also seal in my ends with some type of oil just to lock it in while the deep conditioner sits on my hair, and then I will rinse it out. Moving on to the fourth point, which is you want to trim your ends. Trimming your ends helps your hair to be more healthy and better looking overall. When you wait a long time for your ends to get trimmed, those split ends will start to go further up the hair shaft, causing more hair to get cut off whenever you do go to get a trim. So it's better to just get your ends trimmed as soon as you see it. So tip number five, be consistent with low maintenance hairstyling. So whether you're going to do a wash and go, a twist out, a braid out, or a protective style, you want to keep that same hairstyle for the week, and then you can like switch it up for next week. I benefited from doing this method because when I started to just wear my hair in one style for the week, I was putting less tension and manipulation on my hair strands. When you don't put your hair in multiple styles for the week, your hair will be a lot more healthier and it won't be so much manipulation. because a lot of manipulation to your hair strands will cause your hair to be weak and damaged. And those are two main things that you do not want for your hair. Moving on to tip number 6, you want to moisturize your hair. Moisturizing your hair will have your hair strong, healthy, and it will have a lot of elasticity. One of the moisturizing methods that you can use is the LOC method, and that is leave-in conditioner, oil, and cream. This is a very common method used by a lot of naturals. It works pretty well. I've used that method before. And then there's also another moisturizing method called the LCO method, and that's leave-in conditioner, cream, and oil. And this is a moisturizing method that I use. I get better results whenever I style my hair using the LCO method because I'll use my leave-in conditioner and then my cream, and then in the morning when I'm taking out my twist out or a perm rod set, I will coat my hands and my hair with oil so that it won't be so frizzy. So one thing I can just say is be consistent with moisturizing your hair, because your hair will grow faster when you're nourishing your strands. So tip number 7 is sleep with a satin or silk bonnet, scarf, or pillowcase. This will keep the moisture locked inside your hair, and it will help your hair from being dried out at night whenever you sleep. Whenever you lay up on a cotton pillowcase and you don't have anything protecting your hair, you can see the oil stain because cotton absorbs moisture. It won't lock it in. So it's important that you at least have some type of satin or silk protecting your hair so that you can make sure that the moisture is locked inside your hair. So those are all the tips that I have on how to grow long, healthy hair. I hope you guys got something out of this. Thank you for tuning back in, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.
No complaints. Left the heels at home, my mama sneaker game.